By the end of this story, everything would change. Ni a family's dynamics tested to its limits by a simple lock on a door. But first, let me tell you how it all started. EEA. Imagine a scenario where a teenager feels her privacy is being invaded, and no one in her household seems to care but her father. Can you imagine the frustration? The story begins not long after my brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home following his divorce. My wife's sister and I have been offering him a place to stay with his twin daughters, Olivia and Sloane, who are 18 years old. Our daughter Zoe is 16, and while she gets along with her cousins fine enough, they've been invading her privacy in the worst possible way. They walk into her room without permission, taking whatever they want: makeup, phone accessories, clothes, even her school laptop. Now, this went on for months, but Zoe kept complaining to me about it. I tried talking to Sammy and my wife, but they saw nothing wrong with their behavior. They're just teenagers, they'd say. But when one of the girls took a 60 MAC makeup kit that Zoe had saved up for over a month and ruined it, that was it. The straw that broke the camel's back. Zoe found her makeup set on her bed with colors mixed together. She said she saw shades all over the place, like someone had been experimenting without permission. And when you're 16 and have just saved up for something special, that kind of disrespect hurts. I confronted my wife about it, and she promised to deal with it by asking Sloane to apologize. Zoe was moving valuable belongings out of her room because of the constant invasion, so I installed a lock on her door. When Sammy found out, he was furious. He accused me of overprotectiveness, even suggesting that my wife should fix Zoe's defect in personality. He said it wasn't right for Zoe to buy expensive makeup, and suggested she could get cheaper stuff from Walmart instead. His daughters were upset too. They felt like I was treating them unfairly. Sammy insisted they weren't thieves and that borrowing things is normal among friends of the same age. But this isn't about borrowing. This is about respect, privacy, and the value we place on our children's feelings. And when my wife demanded I remove the lock so her brother's daughters could spend time with Zoe as if they were part of the family, that was too much to bear. I told her that the lock would stay until Sammy and his daughters left our home. The silence in our house ever since has been deafening. My wife is furious at me for implying we kick out her brother's family, but what about the silence from her own side of the family? They refused to help their son when he lost everything, so now it's us who are bearing the burden. And if it wasn't for their unwillingness to help, we wouldn't be dealing with this constant disturbance at home. So here we stand, a family torn apart by a simple lock on Zoe's door. But what do you think? What would you have done in my shoes? Is there anything I'm doing wrong by protecting my daughter's privacy? Now, as we wrap up this story, remember that sometimes the smallest actions can lead to big consequences. And no matter how much we love our family, boundaries are essential for a healthy home environment. If you enjoyed hearing about this, be sure to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, keep sharing your stories with us.